O all-pervading Lord, hearing your name, my mind is drenched with joy. This is the Bani of Guru Ramdas Ji, the fourth Guru of the Sikhs. When you do the Simran of Nam, you should do it in such a way that you become the form of Nam. The power of the soul that suffuses your within is the power of the Lord. Contact that all-pervading power and become one with it. Become its very form. Repeat the Nam in such a way that you forsake the path of the mind and adopt the path of the Guru. Join with that Nam and merge into it so that the mental wavering and intellectual reasoning of the world can be left aside. This is the correct way to do the Simran of Nam. When you repeat Nam, when you do the Simran, is your mind fully engaged in the practice, or is it busy with the Simran of the world? When you do the Simran of Nam, be alert and wary of the mind. Make sure it doesn't wander outside. Whatever you contemplate on, you will become its form. This is what is meant by Simran. Bani. From Simran you gain happiness. From Simran sorrow flies away. Kabir says, whoever does the Simran of the Lord becomes one with him. What power is in the Simran? From doing the Simran of the world, we have taken on its color. By doing the Simran of the Lord, we will take on the color of the Lord. For this reason, Kabir Sahib says, from doing the Simran, happiness comes in your within, and sorrow is driven out. Just as the sun's rays bring the light of day and dispel the night's darkness. When you repeat the Simran over and over again, you become the form of Simran. Remember the Lord. He is not far from us, but we remain far away from him. When the true Simran manifests in our heart, we become the form of the Lord himself. Bani. The Nam of Hari is sweet, ambrosial nectar. Drink that nectar following the Guru's path. There is so much sweetness in the Lord's Nam, it is full of nectar, so why don't you perceive that sweetness? When you give up the path of the mind and take the path of the Guru, then you will taste the sweet nectar of Nam, and then all the doubts and waverings of the world will leave you. But as long as you follow the path of the mind, as long as you do not become the form of Nam, the thoughts will keep on coming. This Nam is already within me. Why don't I see it? I should be able to see it. If you try to repeat the Simran in the midst of all this mental chatter, then your mind will get the upper hand. You cannot mingle with the Nam through such devotion. Your job is to still the mind. Then you will become the form of Nam. When you do the Simran, the nectar of Nam will flood your within. Then all the disturbance and dirt of the world will be swept away. Bani. Fire is hidden in the wood. By rubbing the wood, the fire is released. Now the question arises, what is the nature of the Lord? Fire is in the wood, and you can't see it. But when you rub two pieces of wood together vigorously, then that fire leaps out. In the same way, the Lord has hidden himself within everyone. He resides within you in his hidden form. But when you follow the instructions of the Guru, when you vigorously rub the Simran of the Nam against the conscious power within, then the fire flares up, the light bursts forth, and all darkness and anxiety are driven away. Clarified butter is hidden in the milk, but milk is nothing like butter. That milk will not keep, it will curdle and spoil. But the butter is there, and if you churn the milk, the butter will separate out. And when the impurities are boiled away, you can store the clarified butter for many months. Similarly, if you abandon the path of the mind, then through the path of the Guru, you can churn your within and separate truth from untruth. That element of truth, the clarified butter, will emerge within you, and that truth never spoils. It never changes. It remains eternally the same. Bani. The light of the Lord's name is present in all. Manifest it through the Guru's teachings. The Nam of the Lord is the form of light, but it cannot be realized through the path of the mind. Following the path of the Guru, churn your within, and that light will manifest. And once that light manifests, then outside and inside you will only see light. The darkness will be dispelled, and all the desires, egotism, and vanity are driven out of the heart, and only light remains. Bani. The taste in the 9 doors is insipid. Extract the nectar at the 10th door. Further, this body has 10 doors. The lower 9 doors are the doors of the sense pleasures, which are lifeless and without savor. Withdraw your thoughts from these 9 doors and fix your attention at the 10th door. There the sweet nectar is showering down. Drinking that nectar, you will be filled with peace, and you will become the form of peace. But as long as your thoughts are running wild in the sense pleasures, you cannot get that nectar. Now within us, the sense organs and sense attractions are so powerful that we cannot do without them. If someone is under the control of the tongue, they crave tasty dishes, and when they cannot get food according to their liking, then day and night their heart remains angry and restless. Their desire for food goes on increasing, and that craving keeps tugging at them. Some people are under the control of the sense of sight, and they long to see beautiful forms with their eyes. The eyes draw them to movie theaters and dance performances and spectacles. 1,000 desires are tugging at you, and no matter how hard you try on your own, you will not be able to reverse the direction of that pull. All at once the eyes may take hold of you and drag you toward the outer things. Then no matter how much hardship you have to endure, no matter how much money you have to spend, without seeing those things, you will get no rest. This is the condition of our 10 senses. The 5 sense pleasures, forms, sounds, tastes, textures, and scents, are the food of the 5 sense organs of perception, the eyes, ears, tongue, skin, and nostrils. The food of the ears is beautiful sounds. We are always eager to hear strains of melodious music or the sound of our own praise. And the ears are quick to take us to the place where gossip and backbiting and criticism of others are going on. This is the sense of hearing. The eyes perceive the beautiful forms and are attracted to them. Day and night, the eyes are becoming filled with outer impressions. Through the ears, we listen to the reports of others, and our within becomes filled up with hearsay. In the same way, the tongue is greedy for the tastes, and the sense of touch is greedy for the textures and leads us to outer indulgence. These are the 5 sense organs and the 5 sense pleasures. Until the jiva, the embodied soul, exerts itself and breaks free from these sense organs, it will remain their slave. The senses have taken up their posts in our within, and wherever they pull us, we are dragged there helplessly. We have to reverse the direction of the senses. We have to turn them inward, merge them with the mind, and bring the mind to a standstill. Then the inner power will manifest within. The mind will merge into that power and become its very form. The force driving the senses will be withdrawn, and they will become powerless. Some people say, I will give up the sense pleasures one by one, but instead of giving them up, they make them stronger. Somebody says, I will not eat this delicious dish. Friend, for how many days can you keep this up? After a short time, you will remember the taste, and you stealthily enjoy whatever food you have sworn off. Some people say, I won't go to see this, I won't look at that. Then all of a sudden, the thought of those things comes into the mind, and their resolution falters. But the most beautiful and attractive power of all lies within us. When we behold the inner light of God, then all of the senses cool down automatically and abandon their inclination toward outer things. Bani. O my beloved, please shower your grace that I may taste the nectar of the Guru's Nam. Therefore the disciple makes a prayer before the Lord, before the Guru. This is not in my control. This is not in my power. O Lord, please be merciful and grant me your blessing. Therefore we all pray, O my Guru, shower grace, shower grace. If this matter were in our hands, if it could be achieved through the intellect, then we would have already attained it through our own cleverness. But cleverness doesn't work here. The more clever we are, the further we stray away from our goal. Here only grace succeeds. When the grace descends, both within and without, only then can we receive this gift. Bani, the body is a beautiful city where the nectar of the Lord is traded. He says that the Nam of the one Lord dwells in the body. This Nam is the inner nectar or Amrit, and it is the only beverage fit for the soul to drink. Everything else is garbage. God has placed all abundance within this human body. In the city marketplace, there are big emporiums and shops and stalls. Every type of merchandise is being offered for sale there, but it is up to the customers what they want to buy. Pepper, sugar beets, potatoes are all available. Sweet, sour, bitter, anything and everything according to your taste. Whatever the customers are looking for, they can purchase. In like manner, when we get this human body, some people ask for a spouse or children or family and relations. All of these things are available. Some people say they want fields, orchards, houses, this and that. It is possible to acquire such material possessions. Somebody says they want to become a minister, a prime minister, a king, or an emperor. You can achieve any of these positions. Somebody says, I'm not interested in worldly things. I want to rule the heavens. Through performing austerities and repetition, you can accomplish this also. Someone says, I want to become Brahma. You can reach this goal. All blessings are available in this human body. And if someone says, I don't desire anything, I want you and you alone, I want the truth, then in this human body, you can receive the gift of the Lord's true name, Satnam. But what you desire is all according to your fate. Your intellect is shaped by your fate. It is shaped by your past karmas. Not everyone comes into this world with the same intellect, with the same understanding. What we ask for, we are given. A lake has an abundance of water. Someone may come to the shore and fill a small pitcher. Another person may fill a large jug. Someone may plunge in for a bath, and someone else may not take home even one drop of water. What you take away is according to the capacity of your vessel. Whatever you desire, that will be given. Some people ask for the things of this world, and they receive them, but the devotees of the Lord ask only for the Lord himself, and they receive him. We can obtain all of these things in the human body. When the moment arrives to leave this human body, then no more time remains to ask for anything. And when you go into the lower bodies, you can only eat and drink. Food, procreation, fear, sleep, these are the only things available on the lower rungs of creation. In the lower forms, you can only reap the fruit of your past karmas. Your course is set. The Nam of the Lord resides within the human body. The customers of the Lord's name are the true devotees, and they are granted that Nam. But all the others remain empty-handed. Tulsidas tells us, this world holds all the treasures, but the unlucky ones gain nothing. The fortunate ones strive for spirituality, but whoever runs after the things of this world will remain bound here. Where your desires lie, there you also will dwell. Bani. By serving the true Guru, you obtain the most precious jewels and priceless rubies. These jewels are of inestimable value, and if you want to acquire them, first you should accept the Guru's seva. As you go on doing the seva of the Guru, you will become a buyer of these priceless gems. Whoever does the Guru's seva becomes the form of the Lord. There is no difference between the true sevadar and the Lord. By doing the seva, you merge into the Lord, but as long as your within is filled with I and mine, as long as you are controlled by egotism and pride, you are not worthy of doing the seva. In one place, Basaveshwar tells us that until you are established in the truth within, whatever outer seva you do is just like the work of coolies. Whatever work the coolie does, he receives the wages for that work immediately and puts that money into his pocket. When you board the train, the coolie carries your suitcase, trunk, and bedroll and places them by your seat. Then he takes his wages and departs. So in the same way, until you have become firm in your devotion, all your outer seva is like the work of a coolie. You do the seva and expect a reward then and there. Such seva does not cleanse your within. It is just a business transaction. Priceless jewels lie within us. How can we obtain them? Through seva to the Guru. We understand seva as something ordinary, but true seva is the form of the Lord. Bani. The true Guru is inaccessible. The true Lord lies beyond our reach. Becoming like the ocean, offer your devotion. The Sadguru is inaccessible. He is unfathomable. He is the all-owner. Doing his devotion, you should become an ocean of love. Then the Lord will manifest within you of himself. This is the way of devotion. Bani. Take pity, O Lord, understanding me as the poor rain bird. Place the raindrop of Nam in my mouth. He says, O Lord, please be merciful. You shower grace on the rain bird during Swati Nakshatra, Libra. When you place the Swati raindrop into its waiting beak to quench its thirst. In the same way, please take pity on me as well. Considering me to be that rain bird, drop the nectar of Nam into my parched mouth, and then I will be at peace. This is not a difficult thing for you, but it is life to me. Bani. The dye stuff of Nam is a deep crimson color. I have surrendered my mind to the Guru, the expert dyer. Those who are drenched in the color of the Lord sip the ambrosial nectar again and again. You may call it the all-pervading Shabd, the Nad, the Akash Bani, or the Sat Nam, but when you merge into that celestial sound, you will become drenched in the Amrit, the nectar of Nam. Drink deeply of that Amrit within and quench your thirst. This Amrit does not come from outside. Many people bring Amrit from outside. Friend, this is not the Amrit you buy at the grocer's shop. You drink some sugar dissolved in water and say, I have tasted Amrit. But this is not the true Amrit. The real Amrit lies within you. When your attention merges into the Shabad Nam, then the rain of Amrit showers down. When once you drink that Amrit, all fear of death will leave your heart. This is the proof of the real Amrit. That Amrit holds the power to free you from death. Mani. If you place before them all the gold mined from the ocean and the 7 continents of the earth. The 7 continents and the oceans of this outer world are full of priceless treasures. Similarly, within the human body there are 9 divisions and 7 islands. The 9 divisions are the 9 outer doors of the body, and the 7 islands are the 7 chakras. When your thoughts become stilled and your attention rises above these 9 doors and 7 chakras. Then you will unite with the Nam and obtain the true inner treasure. Bani. The humble servants of God would not covet it. From the Lord they request only His divine nectar. The true devotees of the Lord do not ask for the 8 mountains or 7 oceans or any other outer things of the world. They say, "O Lord, please give me your Nam." The people who ask for worldly possessions are never satisfied. No matter how much of the Lord's bounty they may receive, still their desires go on increasing. They always crave for more and more. It is only your Nam that destroys all desires. Guru Arjan Dev tells us, to ask for anything other than you is to invite suffering upon suffering. Please grant me the contentment of Nam that takes away the hunger of my mind. He says, "O Lord, what can I ask for other than you? Whatever I ask for will bring sorrow upon sorrow. Before I came to you, I was carrying a load of suffering on my head. If I only ask for more suffering, what will I gain from such prayers? Please grant me the contentment of Nam that takes away the hunger of the mind. Your Nam is the power that grants contentment. Shower your grace on me and grant me that Nam. Destroy the desires and cravings of my mind." Bani. The heretics and worldly people remain forever hungry, and they continually cry out in their hunger. The heretics, the manmuks, and the evildoers are constantly hungry for the things of this world. Sleeping or awake, they are always dogged by their desires. I need this. I need that. They are always after food, drink, wealth, property, children, family, relatives. The mind has them firmly in its grip. No matter how much they acquire, they always crave more and more. If they gain the rulership of the world, they want to go to Lord Indra's heavens. They are not satisfied. They are still praying for more. It is only by following the path of spirituality that we become free of desire. If even after becoming devotees of the Lord, we are still begging for things of the world, what can we achieve spiritually? What we ask for, we will receive. Bani. They rush on for thousands of miles, mad in their love of Maya. Day and night they are rushing after Maya, and there is no tally of how many thousands of miles they have run. They are fully absorbed in this blind pursuit. They are like the deer who has musk hidden in its own navel. When it smells that musk, it thinks the fragrance is coming from somewhere outside. It chases after that musk and dies of thirst in the pursuit, gaining nothing. In the same way, running after outer things, the worldly people grow old, and still the desire within them is not satisfied. I still need more. Finally, the body becomes weak, they grow tired, their hands and feet wither. Then they can only sit and suffer. At that time they pray, "O Lord, now my life is over, please let me die." Even at this time, they are still asking the Lord to fulfill their desires. So once again, the Lord answers their prayer and they leave the body. In this way, everyone chases after the sense objects and keeps asking God to fulfill their desires. When you look closely, you will see that this is the condition of the world. It is said that the one who has no desires is the emperor of emperors. The beggar who has no desires is the king of kings. But the one who is still asking for things, even after becoming king, is the biggest beggar of all, because he is full of cravings. Bani. The Lord's humble servants are exalted and sublime. What praise can we bestow upon them? What praise can you offer to the true devotee of the Lord? Within and without, he is the form of the Lord. There is no worldly comparison to suggest. There is no outer example to draw on. He is like the Lord, and the Lord is like him. Many people place the obstacle of family duties between themselves and God. They say, "This is the dharma of the householder. I have to do my duty. Accepting my responsibilities, I am trying to perform them properly." Friend, what were you before you were born? Were you a householder? Were you a renunciate? It is only as you grew up that you gradually became identified with the drama of this world and adopted these roles. If you have become a householder, then you should fulfill your responsibilities. But your soul is not a householder, or a renunciate, or an ascetic. You are the self-existing power. The role you take up in this world and the duties connected with it will not help you meet the Lord. Your first duty, your real duty, is to realize the Lord and become one with Him. And when you surrender your individual identity and become the form of the Almighty Lord, then the Lord Himself will take care of all your work. Entrust everything to Him. Narsi Mehta lived in Gujarat, in the village of Junagarth. He would go into the village, play his tambura, and sing songs in praise of the Lord. He had young children, and whatever people would offer to him, he would take home for the upkeep of his family. Day and night he remained immersed in the love of the Lord and went on singing his praises. This was his only work. When his son grew up, the time came to arrange for marriage. In those days, it was the custom for the parents to arrange the children's marriages, so it was the job of the family priest, a Brahmin, and the barber to find a suitable girl and to negotiate the marriage settlement with the head of her family. Nowadays, young people have a more active role in choosing their partners, but even today, this is still a parent's responsibility in Uttar Pradesh and many other parts of India. So the family priest and the barber arranged for Narsi Mehta's son to marry the daughter of a very wealthy businessman, and wedding preparations got underway. But no one was willing to accompany the groom's procession to the bride's house because Narsi Mehta was very poor. He didn't even have a cart or a bullock to pull it. So Narsi Mehta went to one farmer living in the village and asked if he could borrow a bullock. The farmer told him, "I have a bullock you can use, but he is blind in one eye." And Narsi said, "That will do. Please let me borrow him." Another farmer said, "I can lend you a bullock, but he is lame in one leg." Narsi replied, "Yes, please let me use him." He also managed to borrow one old, broken-down cart. Then Narsi Mehta loaded his tambura into the cart, and singing the praise of the Lord, he set out with his wife and son. No one else went along with them. Now in the heavens, Lord Vishnu saw all these arrangements, and he became worried. He thought, "Narsi Mehta is my devotee, and this is his condition? When he arrives at the bride's house for the wedding of his son, he will be disgraced." Lord Vishnu then ordered Kubur, the Lord of Wealth, and his assembled votaries to go down to earth and join the groom's procession. So all these celestial guests proceeded along the way with Narsi, singing and dancing and playing on their musical instruments. They formed a procession of such splendor that when the wealthy businessman looked out and saw them approaching, he became worried that he had nothing prepared to entertain a retinue of such magnificence. The wedding rites were performed, all the wedding gifts were exchanged, and when all the ceremonies were completed, Narsi Mehta set out for home with his procession. Along the way, Kubur and the demigods all returned to heaven, and Narsi Mehta continued home with his family, driving the broken-down cart he had borrowed. In this way, if you become his, then he will become yours, and if you don't become his, your complaints will continue. "I do the repetition, but I have some pain and I'm having another problem, this and that." Friend, all this disturbance is coming from your own mind. If you become the form of the Lord, he will take care of all your work. without your asking. Everyone remembers the Lord at the level of the mind. Everyone is involved in this kind of devotion. No one is without it. As soon as you need to accomplish some worldly work, then you remember the Lord and repeat his name. To remember the Lord when you are in need is one thing, but to merge into the Lord and become his form is something different entirely. Bonnie. Nothing can equal the glory of the Lord's name. Servant Nanak says, "Please shower grace on me." He says, "There is nothing as exalted and sublime as your name. O Lord, have mercy on me and grant me Nam. I don't ask for anything else." Upon crossing the 7th chakra, we reach the 8-petaled lotus. From that source, the entire shawl of the body draws its power. It is only because of the enlivening power of the soul that the body can move and speak and walk. That power works through the 3 gunas, 5 subtle elements, 5 gross elements, the 10 indriyas, and the 25 prakritis to carry on all the physical activities. In this way, the master weaver creates the shawl of the body.